Okay, hello out there, you Unity nerds. I want to share something with you. Um, I spent a long time trying to get this thing to work, um, and finally I got it working. So if I can share what I've learned out here, then maybe it'll save somebody else some time, help somebody else out. So paying it forward, sharing the love. Let me tell you what this app does. I want this app to be able to, for the user to be able to download a video from a location on the internet. This is an iPhone app, iOS. Download that video, play that video, and then for the user to be able to delete that video at their discretion, okay? This is part of a bigger project, which I'm not going to get into. This is a prototype. This is just a testing tool, if you will, just to see if I can get the damn thing working. So what I've done, the simple setup, I've got a bunch of displays. These are just little text items. I've got two panels. I've got a vertical and a horizontal panel. There you can see all the bits and pieces there. These are just text boxes. An input field. I've got to download the video button. I've got to play the video button, delete the video button, and I've got a raw image, which I'm using for my video screen right down there in the bottom, okay? As I say, this is just for testing purposes. I don't know if I want to get too much into how to play a video image onto a raw image, because that's already out there. You put a texture on there, and then I've got a manager set up here, and in that video player, you put a video player there, and the target texture is that texture that is on the raw video, and then you can play videos through there. This video player is referenced through my manager. So on my manager, an empty game project, I've thrown a C# script on there. And in this C# script, there are public variables for the text boxes to display my data, a little public string that I can throw a web address in there. And this is what I'm going to call my video file when I save it on my hard drive. And again, that's the video player there. So what does this C# script look like, you say? Well, it's a bit of a mess, but hopefully you can understand it. I'll run you through it. We've got those public texts and public strings and a public video player. Got it? When the C# script starts up, the start calls the start function. I just like to put a little start there so I can see it clocking in on my console. Okay, so if the end of the video name doesn't have a .mp4, then throw that on there, because if you don't save it with a .mp4, then you won't be able to play it. Now, setting up, this is the thing that gave me the biggest headache, was the folder paths, okay? Now, you probably are aware that a folder and a file are different things. First of all, I'm going to set up my folder path, which is like a little string that can be visible through all these different methods here. The folder path is the application persistent data path. This gave me a headache. There is also application.data path, and there is also application streaming data path. I don't know what the differences are, but it turns out this one works. If you go into the Unity docs, should I open up that? Unity docs, it says this is a read only. Oh, do you know this one? If you do Shift Command and the 7, that's the apostrophe thing, it should pull up the Unity docs for that item in the web page. I don't know where it's gone. Can't see it. Let's do it again. There it is. Application persistent path. And you see here, it says it's read only, and you'll find the same thing for the data path and the streaming data path too. Read only, and that threw me. I thought that read only, I can only read from this folder. I can't save to it. What that actually means is that you can't change the name of this path. Application.persistent farty path. No, you can't do that. That's got to stay like that. That's the read-only part. But yes, you can write into this folder path, okay? So what I've done here is I thought I'd just for tidiness sake, where should I put that? Yeah, okay, I'll find this for you in a second. Folder path is now equal to the persistent path plus, and I've thrown, oh no, that's just a comment, so please, you can ignore that, it's not necessary at all. Now the file path is this folder path that I've just shown you, and put a backslash in there, and your video names has got the .mp4 on there. I'm going to show you the actual folder in the folder view in a second, but let's get it on. Let's move on. Okay, lots to get through here. Now the update is just calling that every frame and updating the texts. These sometimes change throughout the game, so that's just displaying the info. Now public void, I start with that FUCKN. That's just how I know that that's how I know that I'm going to be calling that from a button. I usually call those from buttons or text boxes. When the button is clicked, it'll start this coroutine, and the coroutine is just below there. So let's get down to it. We're downloading the video, aren't we? We're just displaying some little data for the user. I'm still very new to Unity web requests. I'm still a bit of a novice, so go easy on me. Get the path to download from is this www dot. Okay, shall I show you how to get that now? Well, this is the cool thing. Where'd you go? There you go. I've got a home page, a web page. It's nothing really very exciting at all, but just for fucking around with. If I go to there, no, not there, that one there. I've just thrown a couple of videos on here. Now, these are not YouTube links. These are files, okay? So if you're using a Weebly, add a file, not a YouTube link. I don't know how to do YouTube links. If you right-click that, you can save or copy the link address, okay? Not this address up here, the address of this actual file on a website, okay? What does that look like? I'll just throw it in there. You can see it looks like that. Okay, so that's the kind of URL that we're going to be downloading from. There is, this is also very cool. You can also download from Dropbox. Okay, here's my Dropbox folder. This is a public one, shared one. Anybody can check this out. Now, these are all MP4s. If I right click that, I copy the Dropbox link from there. Not quite as simple as that, but that's the first step. And it looks like that. Okay, you can see it up the top there. Looks like that. You've got to change that 0 to a 1. How did I find that out? I don't know. Can't remember, but that's how you do it. Anyway, let's get back onto the script run through. You need a path to download from, and that's there. This is actually linked to my input field, so when it's installed to the app, I can change that on the fly in runtime. Okay, anyway, get that path to download from. That's the www dot. Yields, return, send web request. Okay, I want something from that website, please. And if there's no error, then that www dot, that's what I'm calling this web request. Seems to be a convention, a non-nomenclature that people use. From that dot download handler dot data. Like I say, I'm still learning about this stuff here, but it writes all of those bytes to the file path, and the file path, we made that before. That's the folder path plus that file name. Okay. And if it works, then display success. All right then, so another button that you could also press is the fucking play video button. And again, if that file exists, then play it. Otherwise display a, oh, sorry, no video to play, error message. And this is a video player.url is equal to that file path, okay? Video player is a public thing. I dragged and dropped that before, okay? So if you put a video player.url, then you can give it a file path and it will play from there, providing it's a .mp4 or compatible formats. Okay, that's the fucking play video. Now the fucking delete video, same old thing. If you click it and it exists, it'll just do a file.delete that file path. That's easy peasy, isn't it? Okay, and this public void fucking new web MP4, I throw that onto my input field, just because that's the easy way I do it. There's probably other ways, add listeners and stuff, but who cares? It works. And when you click enter on the input field, that text will be put into the path to download from. So next time you use a path to download from, when you're downloading a video, it'll use that new address. Okay, so you're probably just chomping at the bit to see this thing work. That's the basic run through. It's not a very complicated script, but guess what? It finally works. Let's give it a go first. Should we do it in here? Let's do it here. Let's just run it, man. Now, currently, it's my weebly.com uploads, which is, should be this video here, telephone.mp4. Okay, big screen that. Now then, play the video. To download, we're going to download from up there. That's the web address, .telephone.mp4, right? This is where we're going to save it to. And if I put a little does it exist on the end, yes, it does. This folder exists. It's true. And guess what? This file already exists. It's true. So that means I've downloaded it in previous runs. So if I just play the video, there it is. It works down the bottom there. Okay, if I can delete that, bing, you'll notice that that exists, or the file has now been deleted. And if I go to play it, it doesn't work anymore. Okay, these other little data message boxes will tell us some interesting things. Download the video. Okay, you ready? Downloading. Success. And you can see that's now true. Press play. Telephone. And you can delete that and download it and delete that. Or we can, I said I was going to show you a Dropbox, didn't I? Let's choose a word, any word. How about management? That's a nice one. So I'll copy that Dropbox link. I'll go back to here and into this box here. I'll put that, barely said, that tiny little URL, and I'll delete that. If I did that just now as is, it won't work. Download, success, play video. Playing video, it's not working. I think I've even got an error message in there somewhere. Ugh. Failed to load. It doesn't like that for some reason. So let's do that again. But next we'll change that 0 to a 1. Right at the end, there's a DL, I think. DL equals 0. Change it to DL equals 1. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. That's something I found out somewhere. Downloading, success, play video. Isn't that nice? In fact, I can show you. Do I need to show you this? Downloading. This is on my phone. Play video. Trust me, it works. Oh God, everything's going off at once. Okay, guys, I've shown you enough now. I've talked enough, haven't I? I hope this helps you because I couldn't find any other resource like this out there. So just filling the void. Bye, nerds.